Good evening, kittens, and welcome to another On the Horizon show. I need to turn some of this feedback down. Good evening, and welcome to Findlay Creek and everywhere else you are in the country and across the world. Thank you from coast to coast to coast, and now even the U.S. is watching us as well from the last couple of clips we've had. So thank you all for joining us. Oh yeah, I did all that. So, if you missed any of the shows that have been on, and this I believe is my 7th show here on diversityonthecapital.tv, you can see them all on YouTube. So Facebook loves to delete music and stop it from playing and whatnot. So YouTube allows it to play. Last week I had Eva Avila, the Canadian Idol, as well as Leslie Roberts, the one and only LGBTQ TV show host for CTV Morning Live, and as well as CFRA 580 News Talk Radio. Right, let's get into the rest of the housekeeping. Tonight, like each Facebook Live, we'll be checking in on some comments. So I need to grab my phone here. And I want the panelists also to feel free to chime in. So you can click on the Diversity on the Capital Facebook page, see the live video, and make sure that you turn your sound off because it will double reverberate to us. Oh, there we go. So here it is. I found it. Just turn it down because if not, it will keep going. All right. As well as Sunday being May 17th, the International Day Against Homophobia and Transphobia and Biphobia, it was on that date in 1990 that the World Health Organization removed homosexuality from the International Classification of Diseases. This day was created in 2004 to draw attention to the violence and discrimination experienced by lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and intersex people, as well as other people with diverse sexual orientations, gender identities or expressions, and sexual characteristics. So this tonight makes Burn the Floor video release party for the one and only LGBTQ2+ advocate Drake Jensen, featuring the one and only LGBTQ2+ community, and an even more epic event. The tease is finally over. And let's not have them wait any longer. I will get into more details about each guest during the show, but let's introduce the man of the hour. I am with the man of the hour, Drake Jensen, releasing another mega hit to the world. How you doing tonight, Daddy?
I am very good tonight. We have lots of reasons to celebrate tonight.
Lots of reason to celebrate tonight, yes. So it's been going even bigger and bigger before the show happened, right? We're going to get into a little more detail later, but can you give us a little sneak peek? What's going on?
Well, we'll elaborate a little more about what was said, but today, of course, the Advocate, which is the biggest LGBTQ publication in the world, had brought it out first and gave us an accolade that I'll probably stick to for the rest of my life. And then also, it was also placed on Billboard Pride today as a feature. So both have started, and I think a couple of people in the UK have picked it up right now. So we're well on our way. And we did a couple of radio debuts today too.
So as the viewers don't know, I've actually had a chance to watch the video in advance in preparation of tonight. And can I tell you that the dance version is stuck in my head. It's going to be the song of the summer. I know there's the RuPaul's Drag Race that's coming out this summer, but you will be right beside them, Daddy, and I know that's going to happen because it's a great song, even with the teaser, like working on those videos for the teaser. Oh my God, amazing. And we're going to meet the rest of the people that had something to do with that. Speaking of which, this next guy was born in Burlington, Ontario, where he started playing piano at the age of 5. That led him to rock out with the sensational group Honeymoon Suite then Broadway director for Mamma Mia. Gentleman, Rob Preuss. Good evening, Rob.
Hi.
Right? How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Nice to see you. Nice to see everybody here.
Oh my goodness. I am so excited. I've been listening to a lot of your music in the last couple of days, especially knowing that I was going to be interviewing you. So,
Cool.
oh, just the memories that hearing those songs brings back. And are you excited about this new song with Drake?
I am. I mean, since we started working on it, I don't even remember how long ago it was that we began it, but the journey to get to this point is fantastic. I mean, seeing the video, I think there's a second video which I have not seen yet, but the first video is fantastic.
We're going to see it tonight.
I'm excited.
Country version of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the dance version is just as good, and it's still got the country in it. So
Nice.
hopefully that's going to do some goodness around the world because we all need it, right?
Exactly. We really do.
All right, and then my next guest, this guy has held a passion for music for over 35 years, perfecting his craft as a singer, songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist. Say that 4 times fast. Woo, tongue twister. And performing musician who just released a whole album last week. Please welcome all the way from Seattle, Washington, Jon Hemingway.
Good evening.
How are
Hello.
you, Daddy?
How are you?
I'm doing very well. So, are you all excited?
I'm very excited. I'm very excited for the collaboration. I'm really excited for Drake because he's such a great friend. He's such a great person, and anything we can do to support our friends, and it's exciting because it's such a collaborative effort between Jonathan Edwards on guitar and Rob Preuss and Drake and myself, and it's just been great. It's really cool. Our songs are sort of like our babies, and we put them out there, and people approve them. Like, our child isn't ugly. People like our child.
Listen, ugly babies need love too. Come on now.
Yes, they do. Even more so.
Well, I am so honored. You just released an album yourself last week, right?
I did. It's called Where I Belong.
And
new
how's
album.
that going?
It's in the process. It's getting out there to the world, and so I'm really happy with it.
We're going to share the album after this evening. I didn't want to share it before this big release because I was trying to leave it for Drake, but I am going to share your music, and you're on all the major channels too, right? Spotify.
I'm in the process of that right now. It's just it's such a new release. I'm in the process of doing all that, but yeah.
All right. So like every other Facebook Live, I'm going to be tagging a whole bunch of people with their pages that you can access them. And as well, once I put this video on YouTube, I will have everybody's access that you can find them in an instant. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to introduce my last guest, and then we can all chat all together. And certainly last but not least, and please don't call him Shirley, this is the incomparable Terry Papineau, the creative mastermind behind the 2 videos that you're going to see tonight, as well as the costuming for all the club scenes that you're going to see. He's also a resident of Ottawa-Gatineau, and you may have seen him in a few things that he's done in the community in the last couple of years. Please welcome Terry. Hey, baby. How you doing?
Good, doll. How are you doing?
Long time no see.
Thank you so much for having us.
I had the exact same hair before I lost it all. Like, I had on it with beautiful... you can run your fingers right through it. Like, I love it. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
But my hair is turning that color, so you're turning into a silver fox. I love it.
You look amazing tonight, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I started earlier because I was bored. And I've been watching too much Masked Singers, so we got some Nicole Scherzinger going on.
Nice.
How with you?
Nice. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. You got a cocktail?
I do, love. There you go. Cheers.
Everybody with a cocktail. All right, let's bring everybody in. Are you all together?
We are.
Cheers to everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Cheers.
Congratulations indeed. Well, let's do the first question. And since, Terry, you were last, I'm going to start with you first for your question.
Okay.
So you have a fine arts degree from the Fanshawe College? Is that how you it?
Fanshawe College, London, Ontario. Yep.
1989.
Mm-hmm.
And you are well known behind the camera as makeup artist? as well as various film and TV projects, as well as writer-director.
Mm-hmm.
Some indie films. Can
Yes.
you give us any highlights of your career and what you are loving in life right now?
Every time I get to a place where I think, oh, I've done it all and I get blasé, something falls into my lap that I never even imagined. Like, oh, I've done fashion shows and photo shoots and TV and movies and theater and opera and all these wonderful opportunities. And just when I think I've done it all, Drake phones me up and says, hey, want to be creative director of my music video? And I'm like, sure, why not? I've never done that before.
And you dropped everything, right?
I absolutely did. He pitched it to me, and he gave me a preview of the song and a couple of ideas for visuals based on some favorite videos of his, and I put together a storyboard with all the shots broken down. And I remember that meeting at Dunn's, that breakfast that we had with him and Jonathan Edwards, who was our videographer, and I watched as Drake turned the pages of all my sketches. I could see the color draining from his face in horror. He's like, "You want me to do what?" Yeah.
Well, it worked out, right?
It did. Everything worked out. Yeah.
It's really
God
tough
knows how.
soon. Like, I've seen it and you've seen it, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
the audience has no idea. The community is well featured in that, and I want to give a kudos to that you guys did a great job featuring a lot of active community members, as well as the man of the hour, Drake. Like, that was great.
Well, that was Drake's idea, and I fully supported it. And it's very important message and visuals, considering Drake's unique journey that he's had as an artist.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's the message like behind the song.
And it was done at Kinky Lounge in the Byward Market.
That's right. Yeah, it was shot entirely on location in Kinky Lounge. Yep.
That's
Yeah.
right. I've been there a couple of times, but I'm not a huge seafood person, so I don't go very often. But I'm
Yeah.
going to make it a point because they got a beautiful little patio out there now too. So
Oh my God. Yeah, it's
whenever we're
amazing.
allowed to get out of prison,
Yeah, right.
or see it for sure. Well, thank
Yeah.
you, Carrie.
Yeah.
How was filming the video? What are you most proud of?
Boy, pretty much gathering everybody together, like not only the LGBTQ community, but our allies and everybody just coming together. Like the community support for this project was absolutely like heartwarming.
Okay, it
Yeah.
was, and you can see it in the video. You can
Everybody was just dancing and having a good time and having fun and supporting Drake, and that's basically what it's all about.
That's great, and
Yeah.
about to skyrocket internationally. So, kudos to all of you, and I cannot wait to see this head for the stars. We got some questions for Jon Hemingway now, and now Jon, since music has
Yes.
been your passion for over 35 years, and you've also honed yourself with technical skills as a studio engineer, maintaining a close eye with ever-changing technology, as well as growing your reputation as a well-accomplished record producer with award-winning jingles for radio and television. My question is, what are some jingle highlights that you are proud of?
There was one I created for Spokane, Washington. It was for the county fair, and the whole promo package received the highest award at a commercial convention where they had everybody met for the awards, and that particular promo one got picked as the winner. So
That's great.
and I've done a few children's book projects, and I've got a few awards on that too. But music is just my passion. It's something I love to do, and it's something I love to share and collaborate with other people. I really couldn't complain about anything. I get to do what I love, so it's the best. I think everybody who's a musician knows how that feels.
Well, if you can ever complain, come sit right beside me. I love to hear it. No,
With so many things going on in the world, I keep my complaining to an absolute minimum. But
And-
don't let me start on no.
Okay, who are you going to gossip on? Come on, tell me.
I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you.
Oh, well, it's a good thing you're far away, right?
Well, there's all sorts of things I'm sure Drake.
Oh, that was a very Dr. Evil laugh.
John and I have a very interesting relationship.
Well, I have no doubt, and hopefully keep drinking because I'll get to the answer of it later on. Come on, all of you, keep drinking. I was watching that the Sue Couch, the Hollywood Game Night the other night. Like, y'all got to keep drinking. Those shows are fun.
Absolutely.
All right, and now we've got questions. No, your second question. How was working on the video with this? You weren't really on the video. You were actually working on the track.
Well, I wasn't able to get to the video shoot, which I would have loved to be a part of. But no, Drake and I had written the song when he came for a visit here. I'm in Nova Scotia. I'm originally from Seattle, but I live in Nova Scotia.
Oh, well, that's even better.
Yeah, so moving from west to east.
Okay.
But just we had so much fun creating the song, and it sort of took on a life of its own. So we had a lot of fun writing it and having having Rob on it and having Jon on it. And it was just such a great collaboration. Everybody's part has made the song what it is.
It has.
Yeah.
Well,
every component is equally as important. So it's great having everybody collaborate on it.
and that's great. And really, like all the portions that you've all done for this song, my God, kudos to you because it is a great song.
Thank you.
And I know some people have heard it already because we've had a little testicle difficulties with the release of the song, which is fine. This is fine. It's all good. We are going to release it for sure in the next, let's say 10 minutes, boys. We release the first version in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Some questions with Rob Preuss. Oh my God. Joining his first rock band at the age of 10 years old. And when he was just 15, he joined the Burlington band, The Spoons. That became a sensation all around Canada with several radio hits, Romantic Traffic and Tell No Lies. I was actually listening to both of those songs today. They're awesome. That helped bring him the 2 gold records that he's got. He then skyrocketed to the Canadian Rockers Honeymoon Suite before hitting Broadway for 14 years with the position of assistant musical director for the smash hit Mamma Mia, which I took my baby sister to see in Toronto.
Oh, cool.
2005, I guess it was, somewhere around there. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, Rob, how is it with freelance projects, producing and recording them with different artists going?
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's something I've done over the years. I mean, when I was in bands, when I was in the Spoons and in Honeymoon Suite, I did not a lot of side projects because I was sort of busy enough with the bands. But once I got into the world of musical theater, I always wanted to keep dipping my fingers and my ideas back into the pop music world too. So any chance I get, I'm always, I'm a happy collaborator because I love just creating music with whoever I can. And it's always fun to be re-inspired and inspire other people.
So do you miss all the boys? All the bands?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do. I see them sometimes, and we actually had some plans with the Spoons to get together. There were some things in the works this year because at the end of this year, it'll be 40 years since I joined the band, which is a long time ago. But we were planning some events, but I don't know what's going to happen with it all now, so maybe it'll all get pushed to next year.
Well, a virtual reunion would be great.
Could do that too. Yep.
Well, that's great. Speaking of teaching the art of music with a new generation, can you tell me about that?
My wife and I are involved with some public schools here in the Queens area. So we live just outside of New York City. And we teach musical theater classes to some kids. And we've been teaching Beatles songs, which is one of my new favorite things ever. So kids in like grade 4 and grade 5, we get together with them. When the schools were up and running. Up until a couple of months ago, and we would come in once a week with the classes and sort of do like a little Beatles historical kind of thing and teach them the songs, and then at the end of it we put together a presentation for all their parents to come see, and it was amazing. It was so fun, and the kids like fall in love instantly with the Beatles songs, of course, because for them it's like classical music. It's so old.
Yeah, but there was. Have you seen the new movie with all the Beatles songs where it's some other guy that actually thinks?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
I haven't seen it all yet, but maybe someday.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'll get to it. All right. So, and how is it being featured on a song with Drake Jensen?
It's fantastic. I mean, Drake sent me the track, what he had been working on, and just sort of said, "Do whatever you want," and so I did. And my tendency is always to like just throw everything in that I can think of. So left it up to John to sort of make it the masterpiece that it is, because I just sort of gave him all my ideas and then let him run with it. But I think it's turned out pretty fantastic.
So I'm gonna have to ask. So you are featured as the synthesizer, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that. It's such a great song, and I am so excited. 5 minutes, but Drake, you have some big announcements that you need to do, right?
Well, we can do them now or we can do them later. It's up to you guys.
Well, yeah, I could do a couple now, and then we can play the video, maybe. How about that?
Okay, so I won't talk. I'm going to let Michael talk because, of course, Michael has been working on this for the past few weeks and diligently, probably 10 hours a day, to get it out there. And we, of course, got the attention of the Carpo Group in New York City, and Clarence Sharon of Pop of Color is also heading up all the publicity in Canada for it. But today the first thing that happened was we made The Advocate, and the second thing that happened was we made Billboard Prime. So Michael's just going to touch on a couple of points that The Advocate has kind of iconized in a way. So I'm going to let Michael actually quote The Advocate.
All right. Well, this is what we found in our email inboxes when we got up this morning. And the headline on The Advocate, and for those of you that are familiar with, know that it's a pretty prominent magazine out of the US. But the headline says, "This Country Daddy's new video is a pure celebration of queer identity."
Nice.
Very nice.
Kind
And
of dead.
I have a printout of the article, but we'll share the link to it. But the caption under the main photo says, "Out Canadian singer Drake Jensen's video for his song Burn the Floor celebrates gender, sexual identity, and kink like no other country music out there."
It does celebrate all of that, and this is why I'm so proud of it. And oh my goodness, I really can't wait any longer. Can we show one of the videos, guys?
Yeah, let's go. I can't either.
It's been a long week, baby, come and see me, maybe. Let's try the weekend on. Everybody gather round and let's listen to the sound, 'cause we're all Friday bound. You've got your boots, your favorite blue jeans on. We're gonna paint the town from dusk till dawn. Get to the club and through the door, gonna hold the knot, gonna burn the floor wheel, burn the floor. I'll spin you round in do-si-do, 'cause Friday's gone before we know it. We'll burn the floor, we'll make our fire burn, burn the floor. We'll be dancing every minute, put our heart and soul right in it to the DJ country sound. And I'll hold you even closer when the night is finally over and there's no one else around. You've got your boots, your favorite blue jeans on. And we paint the town from dusk till dawn. Get to the club and through the door, gonna hold the night, gonna burn the four-wheel, burn the floor. I'll spin you around in do-si-do, 'cause Friday's gone before we know it. We'll burn the floor, through the door, gonna open the knock, gonna burn the floor. Burn the floor. I'll spin you around and do-si-do, 'cause Friday's gone before we know it. We'll burn the floor. We'll make our fire burn. Burn the floor.
Oh
It's
yeah.
So much fun. It's so inclusive for everybody, and it just feels great. Rob's keyboard parts, and the drums and the stuff, the programming, and Drake's vocals, and our background vocals, just everything involved to make it what it is now. It's so much fun.
Isn't there like a gorgeous violin in there as well?
Yes, there's violin. Well, genuine artificial violin.
Oh, that sounds so good. I love that.
Thank you.
Right?
Don't give away the secrets. Eh?
So Drake, what do you got to say?
Well, I'm really happy, and today I think I've done a lot of stuff over the past 9 years, and Michael and I have worked diligently as advocates. And I'm not going to say that I wasn't a little apprehensive about this, because I've really taken it from both sides. Just so you know, it's on the conservative countryside. I've always been kind of tagged as a little bit too much, and on the gay side, I've always been tagged as not quite enough. But I think with this video, I think I've probably taken a seat somewhere where I've never sat before, in a place where I really don't really care what anybody's thinking, and I had a really great time with my friends. I think that's probably what comes across on the screen probably the most and somebody said this to me, and I take criticism very well, and one of my friends said to me, "Oh, all your videos are good." He said, "There's something about this one." He said, "There's something about you in this one." And I think it was because there were so many people that were there with me, and I had created it with people that like Jon Hemingway, who I've been friends with for years, and somebody like Rob Preuss, who I was basically idolized when I was a teenager, and went to see him in stadiums full of 5,000 and 6,000 people, and suddenly he's playing on my track. And then I was working with Terry Papineau, who's a friend of mine, and we're all kind of like, and Terry and I grew into this together. Like, it was just a really amazing project. And today it was kind of given an LGBTQ history status. And I think today we've made history in the LGBTQ community with a statement about no shame about who we are as people. And I think that I did this along with probably 100 other people that are very vital to the Ottawa community. And I would like to say thank you to everybody who was in the video with me, because I don't think anybody quite understands how much it meant to me for the community to embrace me that night like they did. I'm a little bit of an introvert. I don't socialize very much in the gay community. I'm very quiet in my private life, but I love stuff like this, and I love performing. I think probably Jon and Rob can both vouch for this, and I know Jonathan Edwards, who's been with me since 9 years now, he's very vital to me also, can vouch for this. That we're all very introverted in some way, but when it's time to turn it on, I think we do a good job of that, and I think the video is evidence and proof of how strong our community is.
It is, definitely. And I do have to say, like, I salute all of you, seriously, for showing all those community members and giving them a voice. And it couldn't have been picked a better day, where it's International Day Against Homophobia this weekend, and you are slapping several stigmatas in your video, and who cares, right?
Yeah.
April showers bring May flowers, and awesome videos. So who cares?
So I think collaboratively, like Jon Hemingway says, I mean, you see all these great artists, and like Taylor Swift and Pink and all these people, but behind all of these people are these amazing other people that facilitate everything they do. And I have so many people behind me that have supported me. And of course, we have some like Rob and Terry and Michael and Jonathan Edwards and Jon. And I wanted to bring up another point. There's another gentleman that I started to work with recently. His name is Nicholas Chevalier. And Nicholas is he's just recently come to Canada. He's from Paris. And he is a very talented photographer. and an exceptionally talented video editor. And as we move on to the dance version of the video, I would like to commend Nicholas Chevalier, because him and I have worked diligently together on production for the video. And Nicholas has done just an absolute bang-up job of capturing what I thought it would be visually. I mean, Terry Papineau and I started that, and when Nicholas Chevalier started to edit it, of course, Jonathan Edwards shot it, and I think he shot some of the best footage we've ever had in any video we've ever had. He captured moments in that video that are just so much fun. And then when it got to Nicholas Chevalier, it just became, it was just monstrous by the time he was done editing it. And when he sent me back the dance version, of course, John had remixed the song. He had that great idea when we wrote it, that we should do like Shania Twain and Mutt did and create two different versions so that we appeal to more people. Because a lot of people don't particularly love country music. So we wanted to make something that was poppy. And Rob Preuss had sent us so many tracks. As he said, he sent a lot of stuff. So he gave us a ton of stuff to remix with. So John ran with that. Nicholas ran even further with that. And we got to the dance version. And the dance version, to me, is probably one of the most fun things I think I've ever seen that I've created with other people.
And the beats, like, I cannot wait to get and dance to it. Like, because I'm also a DJ, so it's going to be played at weddings. I'm guaranteeing you right now, if ever back to weddings, it's going to get played.
Are we doing this to it?
No, they'll be like, burn the flow, like all 50 Shades going on there at the wedding.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Harry looks a little surprised. Really? Oh, you're muted, Terry. You need to unmute yourself, honey.
There we go. Why don't you ask Drake what happened to all the footage that we shot that didn't make the edit?
Yeah, I've been watching that Hollywood.
There was quite a lot of risque action happening.
Talk about the cutting room floor. What is that?
Well, let's talk about the fact that there may be a version that will be set to private on my YouTube channel, and we'll let people in maybe as they'd like to. We'll call it the dungeon version, and I will say that.
And so it's the kinky lounge and kinky what?
Yeah.
Well, I will say that DJ Rush, Eric Dion, had a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
The social media is going nuts with all of this because I think some of them were there. They're seeing it.
Yeah.
Oh yes, everybody was there. There was some stuff. There was some stuff going on that you'd see at Folsom Street Fair in San Francisco.
So I was at the time when Drake asked me to help him with this project. I was actually in the middle of hosting a weekly LGBTQ themed event series at Kinky Lounge. So I had all of my regular attendees there. I put out the word on Facebook saying, hey, anyone who wants to be in this video, you know, keep this day free, wear red, that's the color theme. And it was overwhelming, the responses that we got, the people that wanted to support us for that. If you notice, there was several drag queens, leathermen, young, old, puppies, trans folk, burlesque dancers. Literally everybody was represented and showed up for this.
And I've interviewed most of them on this channel. I've interviewed at Playboy, and I've interviewed a lot of the community. You're missing Ottawa Seniors Pride Network in there, but
there was a couple of seniors. We had young folk, every age. Obviously, you recognized Eric Dion, DJ Russian Noise from Montreal.
Correct.
There was Jade London.
Yes.
She was sitting on the sofa next to Drake in the VIP lounge scene. Yeah. Miss Fiona Kitty, too, who's a bio queen. She was in the bathroom shot there at the end.
And my brush challenge, too.
I love that.
Keep going. I saw the video and the dance version, which we really shouldn't keep them waiting much longer.
The dance version's hot.
No.
Yeah.
So
get it hot. Get it.
Do they live in Ottawa or?
What you say? Were you talking to me, Andre?
The guys that are in that video for the dance version.
So the dance version was no, they don't. They're not from Ottawa. They were extras that we added in, but there was a couple of people from Ottawa. There's one blonde-haired girl with an awesome bleach blonde haircut, and her name is Stormy Rock. and that is Nicolas Chevalier's ultra talented artist girlfriend. And of course, you'll see so I got to tell you a little bit about the footage of Michael and I. You'll notice there's footage of Michael and I dancing together in that video. And through the magic of Amazon, we thought we'd get adventurous and order a green screen, as to which we did. And then we tore our condo apart and set up a video studio in our condo.
Yep.
And Michael and I attempted to film ourselves dancing, and it worked so well. By the time we got it to Nicolas Chevalier, he put his magic to it. And as you see, what you're seeing actually is Michael and I dancing where our dining room table usually stays.
Don't ruin it. Don't ruin the Hollywood magic.
That's the magic.
Like on a huge soundstage right now. Come on now.
This is the COVID-19 green screen crisis in this video, just so you know.
Listen, if porno was shot on a green screen, it could have been a lot better.
Hey, you know, but a lot of stuff today is done that way, and of course, Michael's a great dancer. So I got to feature Michael in the video with me, which he has over many of the videos over the years. He's been with me. So it's a lot of fun to create LGBTQ history with your partners, 13 years. So it's been a lot of fun, and of course, like I said, with Rob and Jon, and without Rob's synthesizers and Jon's masterful remix, the dance version I don't think would have existed. So I'd like to just defer back to Rob and Jon for this and get their commentary, if you could, on the number.
Yes, go for it, boys.
Jon, you did a miracle with whatever I gave you, and I don't even remember how I did it.
Well, what was really cool on the country version?
Yeah.
I didn't use the bass. There was 2 tracks I didn't use because it didn't quite work, but on the dance version, I used everything you gave me.
Oh, good.
Which was just great. The bass part you did was just perfect. It was perfect for the bass. Yeah. So no, it was so much fun. Drake was saying that the song, sometimes the country, he's not country enough, and on the gay version, it's not gay enough.
Right.
He has found the Goldilocks zone. It's just right.
Yep. Totally.
So, Rob, you haven't heard the dance version yet.
I think that I have heard it, but even when I hear it, like, I think Drake did send me a mix a little while ago. I don't think I've seen the video though. But even when I listen to it, because I do things so quickly and then I just move on. And so when Drake sent it to me, and I thought, that's really cool. Did I really do that? Like, I sort of forget, which is one of the beauties of being in a recording studio. As long as you're recording, my whole life long I've been in studios since I was 15, and I've learned to make sure that the record button is always on, because I might do something and not have a clue what I've done and never be able to do it again.
You can always cut.
Yep.
So yeah. Rob, I just want to talk to Rob for a second. Rob, I just wanted to let you know that I'm getting feedback from my fans saying that this is the morphed version of Depeche Mode country.
Oh, nice.
But that's because they've seen it already.
Well, people have heard, it was the trailer clip that got people's attention.
Right.
And Rob, Rob and I are synth fanatics and together, and when I see the Depeche Mode comment, I thought, because Rob had just recently worked with a couple of people from Depeche Mode just a couple of months ago.
Yep.
I thought it was really interesting that they made the Depeche Mode comment after, and I think you had cut those tracks before you worked with Depeche
Yes.
Mode.
Yep.
So it was really interesting that there's so much influence that comes from that stuff. And I think, Rob, that, like with Jon's magic of the mix and your magic of your synthesizers, I'm totally in awe of the fact that I have had to be able to work with such great people, and I'm forever grateful for your contribution to my music. And I just really want to thank you and Jon both, and of course Jonathan Edwards too. He's not on here, and for the great contribution to the track, because you guys just made it sparkle, and I'm only as good as the people I have behind me, and the people I have behind me are great. So that leads me to believe that I have a potential for greatness. So thank you very much for everything that both of you have done.
You have greatness.
Well, I'm growing. Let's put it this way. I'm evolving, and I think that growth. I'm very self-critical, and I've always been very hard on myself. And I think that I'm evolving, and with working with people like Jon and Jonathan Edwards and Rob and Terry when we created the video, I think we grow so much even together. I mean, even most
Yeah.
experienced people like Rob and people like Jon constantly learn. And I think that's the magic of real, true artists, is that they know they've never learned everything. And
Yeah.
that's what keeps the creative process so vital.
I think I see a future in our collaboration as well. I think that this is maybe just the start of maybe the collaborators on this project. Maybe we're going forward and we're going to do more.
I think that
Let's hope.
I think this is going to turn into a record. So
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to follow it up, because I just wanted to make another announcement that we have I haven't told you guys yet. I kind of hinted to you guys about it, but today we got accepted by one of the biggest Australian radio promotions companies, who's taking Burn the Floor to the next level. Right now, this company has their top 3 artists are in the top 3 on the top 40 across the Australian radio network.
Wow.
And they absolutely love the song. And as of June 1st, Burn the Floor will be officially released across New Zealand and Australia.
Wow.
Wow.
Ah.
That's amazing.
So we're very happy to be working with this company. We'll make an official announcement. And of course, in North America, in the United States, out of New York City, we're working with the Carper Group. We're affiliated with people like Madonna and Katy Perry and all of the greats. And then here in Canada, we have Clarence Sharon of Pop of Color, who's worked all day today sending stuff out. Thank you very much, Clarence, and thank you for putting up with me when I get really, really stressed, because when I get stressed, I become a crazy artist. I was having like a little bit of a Joan Collins moment. Just saying. You wouldn't believe that about me, Terry, would you?
Oh, me? Not at all. No.
Oh, okay. So anyway, and again, thank you to everybody who was in the video. I mean, the dance version of the video is a different dynamic, and I think that it's going to appeal to a different crowd of people. And thanks to Jon Hemingway for brainstorming, and of course, again, for Rob's synth tracks that he filled it with, and it turned into the entity that it is.
All right, so let's go through a couple of comments here, and then let's show the dance version, because I think they've waited long enough.
Yeah.
Brian McLean says, this was so much fun to film. Thank you for including us. Eric Rosech, I got my shirts ordered. So Drake, you just released some merchandise, right?
Yeah, so the other big announcement I want to make, and I would like to make this before we maybe spin the dance track, we are having an immense amount of problems with the digital platforms right now. So everything has to go through CD Baby, and CD Baby then sends it to everywhere else, like Spotify and iTunes Music and whatever. So what happened is, because of the COVID-19 crisis, Michael's been working diligently to try to get it up, but there's going to be 2 weeks where we are going to have a blank spot. It's not going to be available digitally for 2 weeks. We're going to build up to that 2 weeks, but here's the thing. So for everybody that has been on my merch store, and there's been a lot of people ordering the official Burn the Floor merchandise, which was designed by Joe Grimshaw, who's my graphic designer, and I love Joe. Joe and I have been working together for years now, and he creates all of the Drake Jensen image stuff, and he's the mastermind behind everything that you see on my Facebook as far as graphics, and he's created my logo. He's one of my best friends, and I love him dearly. Hopefully you're watching, Joe. Thank you very much for everything you do. Thank you for creating the merch line, and thank you to Bobby Nelson, who got my store. He's been my IT specialist over the past few months, and he's gotten everything changed over. He got my merch store up, and the official Burn the Floor merchandise was designed by Joe, and everybody who's bought it, including the people who bought it previously, and anybody who bought anything.
The link to his stuff, so he's watching.
Yeah, so good. So anybody who buys the Burn the Floor merchandise or has previously purchased is going to get a free copy of the Burn the Floor country version and Burn the Floor dance version in their email.
Woohoo!
So we're gonna give everybody who supported the merch store the songs for free. So hopefully that'll tie everybody over, because I know some of my biggest fans have been on my merch store. Because we've gotten a lot of orders, because the t-shirts are on sale for $15 right now, so it's a super deal.
Yep.
So if you order a t-shirt for $15, you get both versions of Burn the Floor, both the country version and the dance version.
Well, that is awesome. Shall we play it?
Let's go.
Get to the club and through the door, gonna own the knot, gonna burn the floor wheel, burn the floor.
Oh, that was brilliant. So you're all happy?
Happy. Yes, I'm ecstatic.
I actually have a question for Rob and John.
Sure.
Yes.
How do you guys feel seeing the music video of the song that you worked on like so hard, like your baby? Like, how do you guys feel about that?
I feel great.
I do too.
Yeah,
Do you think we did it
it's
justice?
Oh yeah.
oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah?
It's so much fun. Well, being a part of the LGBTQ XYZ WXYZ community, I mean, it's great because it's so inclusive, and it just, even though I was part of the creative process, but just seeing the finished video
Yeah.
where it's sort of detached from me now, it's
Yeah.
just really cool. It's so much
Yep.
fun.
It's out
For
there.
sure.
Well, that was good to hear. That's
Fantastic.
Yeah. The night that we were filming it, it was kind of almost magical. Like everybody was there and they were just having a good time. And I think the thing that I took away from that evening filming it was the fact that not only was the thing that people are going to identify, like connect most with, is the fact that Drake is being authentically himself and unapologetically himself. And I think those are two very important key features.
Mm.
And the fact that he has the support of literally so many people, from young to old, like the puppies, like the girl who had her chest autographed by Drake. That's a friend of mine, a local burlesque dancer. Just like from everybody involved was just like unabashedly like, this is us, this is who we are, we're having a good time. You don't like it, there's the door. There's no space here for haters.
and
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things about, one of the things that this crisis has taught me, and it's probably beaten the last bit of like worrying about what other people think really out of me, is that life is just so short. And
Yeah.
so many people have lost so many people, and I think we
Yeah.
need to acknowledge that. Not to be a downer, but I think all of us have created an outburst of joy for people tonight. And I'm so happy to be a part of something that is so much bigger than I am. And I humbly like thank everybody that's been involved. And I think that so many people are gonna find joy in this at a very, very dark time. And I would like to acknowledge that. And I'd also like to acknowledge, we're having a lot of fun and everything. But I'd also would like to acknowledge all of our healthcare workers and all the people that are on the front line at this moment that are keeping ourselves safe.
Amen.
That's constantly on my mind these days. And I know you and Rob, you in New York City, I was worried about terribly because of things being so bad in New York City. And I prayed every day that you and your family would be safe. And obviously things are going well.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really happy that we're all here to be able to celebrate something. And I would also like to acknowledge the people that are no longer here with us.
Yeah.
damn you, you're gonna make me cry. Well, seriously, this has been an enlightening evening. Like Drake, when you came to me and you were like, I'm releasing a video, I think you should. I'm so glad that I dropped everything for this, because I've been very emotional throughout the day. I don't know why. Mainly because, well, I'm going through a lot that you all know about. But listening to this song in the last 2 days, today I had a better je ne sais quoi about myself. Like, teleworking today with the government, I was a lot happier while I was working, and I had a little pep in my, I guess you could say. So I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for creating this awesomeness that we all need at this point right now in the world. Merci, really, thank you.
So Andre, I just want to say something to you from me, is that I think that you set an example in this community as a pillar of how we should behave and how we should act towards one another. And you're so supportive, and you are absolutely so supportive of all the art in our community. And I'm more than happy to stand beside you and also lead by example of inclusivity and spreading the joy really with you. And I think we've done it a few times now, and working with you. Every time I've worked with you, you've been a consummate professional. And I know through You've had a very difficult time with your health lately, and even through the worst of times, you set an example for people that are ill. And I know that, you know, you've had a really rough time, and no matter what's happened, you've always gotten dressed up and done this show on Friday night for all of us. So thank you very, very much from the bottom of mine and Michael's heart. Thank you from all of us, and for featuring the video. And I'd like to thank everybody before we go away, everybody that's been on the panel tonight. Thank you very much. I love you all, really. And the other thing is all the people that are in the video with me, I would really like to get together after this is all over and we can actually celebrate together, maybe meet up again, once again, and celebrate the video for real. So thank you very much, everybody that was in the video with me. And the reason why the video was so inclusive is because you were there. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
And don't worry, Bob, I'm coming to you because I've always wanted to go to Broadway, and so I am coming. The moment that we can, and it's a little better, I'm coming to Broadway. But just reading a couple of comments that are here. I'm playing this at my wedding this fall. Thank you, Drake, for giving your wonderful talent to the world. That's from Megan. Grayson, Music Bus is such an expression of true emotion and how beautiful we can share it in all through Drake's new song. Sarah, so happy for this video as a symbol of our connection to the community and celebration. It gives us something that we can hold in our hearts to get through the more challenging times. Boy Quinton, the song is amazing and I'm loving the DJ sound. Drake Jensen, you're DJ now, so that's good. I'm loving the shortcut, but it's Drake Jensen. I'm so proud to have been part of this something so monumental and inclusive. Thanks, Drake. That was from Janelle. So there are lots of comments happening online. I want to thank all of you, really. An hour goes by so fast. Like I feel like Whoopi Goldberg at the view. Oh,
Really?
time's up, y'all.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, John, very much, and thank you, Andre. I love you guys.
Love you. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you so much. This has just been great.
John, do you have any last words? What are you working on? What's going on?
Whom?
John?
Oh, me? Well, I have a song I wrote a few years ago, and it's something that Drake and I are going to be working on.
And guess what? I haven't told Rob yet, John, but I think you just did.
I think we're gonna have to confiscate some more of his talent.
Yeah, and by the way, Jonathan Edwards is watching too, so he better warm up his guitar because that's going to happen too.
Nice.
I cannot wait. This sounds really good. Rob, thank you so much. You got anything to say while you're?
I'm in the midst of finishing another song for Drake right now as we speak as well, which hopefully will be finished this weekend. It's all Drake all the time.
Well, you know what? It sounds like he's going to be an international star, and I'm so proud. And thank you so much for giving him and us a voice. It's
great to see you. Great to be with you all.
Thank you, guys. Well, that's it for this show, for On the Horizon show. I want to thank all my guests, Rob for being here, John, Drake, and Terry for being here as well. You guys are amazing. I want to thank you all. Next week, I have the one and only Sonora Bobo, who will be here, and I have Stella Artois de Montréal, qui sera ici pour vous parler de qu'est-ce qui se passe à Montréal présentement dans la scène de les dragues. So we actually, for the first time, this Horizon is actually doing more of a drag show. We've been in lockdown for what, 2 months now? I think it's time we do a drag show. And I'm preparing for my big FU cancer coming up on June 6th, which is my birthday. My 43rd or 44th birthday, whatever. Anyways, check out all the information on diversityonthecapital.tv or Andre M. Crew or at Ms. MZ Horizon. Thank you, Ottawa Gatineau, and across the world. Buenas noches. Thank you to all the healthcare workers. And thank you to all my guests. You guys are amazing.
Bye, everybody.
See you later.
Bye.